Kieran, it's been a little while since we last caught up. Let's start with the mid-season friendly against Trowbridge. How do you feel that went, and what impact did that have for the team?
So it's not something that I like to do too often because they're a little bit false mid-season, but with Lads Club at home called off and then Cinderford away 2 weeks run in, it's not ideal. And obviously we knew we had a really, really busy Christmas period coming up against Worcester Raiders, Worcester City, Mangotsfield on Boxing Day. So it's just really important to blow the cobwebs out in that friendly, comfortable 4-1 win on the night. Some really, really good performances and some not so good. So it sort of tells you a little bit about where boys are fitness-wise, interest levels, appetite and what enthusiasm they've got, even with a mid-season friendly against a team that's 2 levels down for you. Really good workout on the night and really appreciative of Rye bringing over his side on such short notice.
How do you feel you say there, the effort levels and the fitness, how do you think that was translated into our game against Worcester Raiders?
Well, obviously it seemed to do the trick, yeah. So the 4-1 home victory, magnificent display, probably the best of the season. Changed the shape a little bit. Played with 2 strikers of Kai and Jack Taylor, both obviously still getting used to playing with each other, but they played 45 minutes against Trowbridge, looked really, really dangerous, and that sort of made my mind up to leave Nickel out going into Saturday's game. Played with both of them up top, and we went a little bit more direct, just because I felt that Worcester Raiders' central defenders were quite slow, and the pace of those 2 up top and how lively they were with Owen in behind as well was really pleasing on the day. And yeah, I thought we looked really, really dangerous all afternoon in that game. A
first goal for Jack Taylor. What did you make of it?
Yeah, first league goal. I think he got one in the League Cup against Thornbury in only his second game. But yeah, there was no doubt he was going to come in and score with his pedigree and his level. He's fit into the group really well. Same with Kai. And I think if that's the way we're going to play in the new system with 2 up tops, they get used to playing with each other, and hopefully both of them score lots of goals.
Perfect. And while we speak about players, 3 departures in the recent week, can you talk about Harrison, Nickel and Dan?
Yeah, so Harrison, brilliant lad. He came in this season and he had illnesses and injuries and then was away, and it just never really got going for him, but just such a top lad. Had the pleasure of getting to know him even for a short time, and if I ever seen him again, I'd definitely say hello, and we left on really good terms, but he just wanted to go and play. And he wasn't getting in, so had no complaints to that, and he's ended up going back to Larkhall. Obviously they're in the league above, so it just shows how strong we are this season. So he unfortunately just moved on for game time. Dan, and as good as he's been for us over the last couple of seasons, I just felt that goal contributions were just a massive part that we were lacking, and obviously bringing 2 strikers in the change of system, it didn't quite fit into that. So that was probably a reason for him moving on from my point of view. But can't knock what he's done for me when I had him at Melksham, and obviously what he's done since he's come into Corsham. And then lastly, obviously Nickel, don't need anyone to talk about how important he's been over the last year or so since he came in. Top goal scorer in the league, loved by all the fans, massive in the dressing room. I've signed him wherever I've gone, and he's been a real shining light for me as a manager, and a relationship that I'll look to cherish for the time I've been at Corsham. And he's a brilliant bloke, but I think just with his family commitments, work commitments, the schedule that we've got coming up in the training requirements that we look to do now, unfortunately can't commit to them, and that's why I just felt like he's found himself just a little bit down the pecking order with the new strikers.
Are we likely to see any further incomings?
Yeah, I think we'll probably have to recruit one more. If we're playing with 2 strikers, we're going to probably need 3 or 4. Obviously, Bathy does a brilliant job for us, but he is 35, 36 now, so he's limited to how many games he can start. So without making ourselves too predictable, having 2 strikers that play every single game. Bathy's brilliant off the bench, but we'll probably have to find maybe one more that can interchange with Jack and Kai. But I won't rush to do that. The squad's really strong. And it's just, if it's there and it can improve us, I'll definitely acquire. But it's got to fit in with the way we play. Financially got to be right, and also look to improve us.
Fantastic. Going back to what you said about the fixture schedule coming up, doesn't seem to show any signs of slowing down with Worcester City on Saturday. How big of a game is that for the club?
Yeah, huge. Massive for us, probably not so much for them. They've obviously got that sort of 2 or 3 game buffer, but what a brilliant time to go and play them after just beating their rivals, Worcester Raiders 4-1. So on the back of a really good result, our tails will be up. I think they've had a lot of games called off as well. Obviously, they're doing really, really well on the VAS. We know that from last year with those fixtures piling up, that hopefully at just some point it might catch up with them. But, with their resources and the size of their football club, they'll probably go and recruit a couple more to fight that issue that they'll have. If they have injuries or suspensions, they can go and bring a couple more in. But if you look at the league table, how tight it is, they've got the same points. I know they've got a couple of games in hand, but we've got to play them the weekend. I think anyone would have taken to go toe-to-toe with probably one of the biggest clubs at our level. It's step 5 for some time now. So one I'm really looking forward to. Can we get a bit of revenge from earlier on in the season? Who knows? But, we'll be going there to looking to win the game and trying to take points.
Perfect. And as Christmas is under a week away, do you have a festive message to the supporters?
Yeah, obviously the festive period for supporters is a busy one with family and work, and you get time off. But I know that I speak on behalf of myself, the management, players, and even all the directors and people around the club. If you can give up a little bit of time to come down and watch us on Boxing Day, or any fixtures leading up over the festive period, it's greatly appreciated. We're heavily reliant on, the support of the local community, and it's been fantastic over the course of the season. So if we keep that up into the new year, then fantastic.
Perfect. Well, thank you, Kieran.
Cheers.